Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. I figured I am going to basically what I'm going to do is streamline Dragon Age as the only thing I stream until I finish all 3 games. Then I'll move on to The Witcher and do all that because what I've been doing is not working. I'll explain as we go. But as it's been so far, what is up here? Anything? No? Okay, well, fine. I've been trying to do a bunch of different games all at once, which hasn't worked. So, new plan. Finish Dragon Age Origins. At least Dragon Age Origins. And then move on to Dragon Age 2. Then 3. Well, I may not do 3. I don't really like 3 as much as the first 2. And to be honest, I don't really like Dragon Age 2 except for the combat. But I figure in for a penny, in for a pound. If I don't finish it, I don't finish it. I've killed Colgrim and I'll kill you too.
I am not allied with Colgrim. You have nothing to fear from me. I am the Guardian, the protector of the Urn of Sacred Ashes. I have waited years for this.
Why have you been here for so long?
It has been my duty, my life, to protect the Urn and prepare the way for the faithful. Come to revere Andraste. For years beyond counting have I been here. And shall I remain until my task is done and the Imperium has crumbled into the sea.
The Imperium is no longer as powerful as it once was.
Is it not? Then perhaps this is the beginning of the end.
What can you tell me about the urn?
You already know that the urn contains the remains of the prophet Andraste. What else is there to tell?
The dragon wasn't Andraste,
No.
right?
Our Andraste has gone to the Maker's side. She will not return. The dragon is a fearsome creature, and they must have seen her as an alternative to the absent Maker, and his silent Andraste, a true believer, would not require audacious displays of power.
How did the belief spread?
It began with an ancestor of the one known as Colgrim. He saw himself as a new prophet, preaching the rebirth. Some disagreed with him. I heard their cries of pain and loss, which were quickly silenced.
Tell me more.
My brethren and I carried Andraste from Tevinter to this sanctuary. We vowed to forever revere her memory and guard her. I have watched generations of my brethren take up the mantle of their fathers. For centuries they did this, unwavering, joyful in their appointed task. But now they have lost their way. They have forgotten Andraste and their promise.
And what about you? Who are you?
I am all that remains of the first disciples. I swore I would protect the urn as long as I lived. And I have lived a very long time.
The first disciples. Did you know
Did
Andraste?
anyone really know her, save the Maker? She would sometimes spend weeks alone in meditation, often without food or water.
Tell me more about Andraste.
I cannot express in words my love for Andraste. You must seek her out for yourself. Everyone must.
How is it possible you've lived so
I
long?
made a vow to Andraste and to the Maker. My life is tied to the ashes. As long as they remain, so will I.
I would like to see the end.
Come to honor Andraste. And you shall, if you prove yourself worthy.
I need the ashes to cure a noble man.
You must prove yourself worthy. It is not my place to decide your worthiness. The gauntlet does that. If you are found worthy, you will see the urn and be allowed to take a small pinch of the ashes for yourself. If not...
That sounds unpleasant. Can it be avoided?
No.
Alright, let's get this over with.
Before you go, there is something I must ask. I see that the path that led you here was not easy. There is suffering in your past. Your suffering, and the suffering of others. By the time you reached Shiane, she was broken, brutalized. You were too late. Tell me, Pilgrim, did you fail Shiane?
I mean, no, I did my fucking best.
Then you do not dwell on past mistakes. Neither yours, nor someone else's.
It's easy for others to judge what you've done in hindsight, but it doesn't make it any better.
It is sometimes difficult to see how our actions affect an outcome. But that does not mean our actions had no effect.
What's past is past. Why bring it up and open old wounds?
And what of those that follow you? Alistair, Knight, and Warden. You wonder if things would have been different if you were with Duncan on the battlefield. You could have shielded him from the killing blow. You wonder, don't you, if you should have died and not him?
Yes. If Duncan had been saved and not me, everything would be better. If I just had the chance, maybe I...
Ask your question, Guardian. I am ready.
You are ever the advisor, ready with a word of wisdom. Do you wonder if you spout only platitudes, burned into your mind in the distant past? Perhaps you are only a tool, used to spread the word of the Circle and the Chantry. Does doubt ever chip away at your truths?
You framed the statement in the form of a question, yet you already know our answers. There is no sense in hiding, is there? Yes, I do doubt at times. Only the fool is completely certain of himself.
And you? Why do you say the Maker speaks to you, when all know that the Maker has left? He spoke only to Andraste. Do you believe yourself her equal?
I never said that.
In Orlais, you were someone. In Lothering, you feared you would lose yourself, become a drab sister, and disappear. When your brothers and sisters of the cloister criticized you for what you professed, you were hurt, but you also reveled in it. It made you special. You enjoyed the attention, even if it was negative.
You're saying that I made it up for the attention? I did not. I know what I believe.
The way is open. Good luck, and may you find what you seek.
Ah, the light, it blinded me. Don't worry, before I finish this game, I'm going to be reading through all the codex entries. It's going to be like a stream of nothing but fucking reading.
The smallest lark could carry it, while a strong man might not. Of what do I speak? That is
Plague.
not of what I speak.
Whoop. I'm an idiot.
It is begun.
Kill and maim. Kill and maim. I'm no good at riddles. You fucking bastard. least it was only one of them.
Echoes
Brona.
from a shadow realm, whispers of things yet to come. Thought's strange sister dwells in night, is swept away by dawning light. Of what do I speak?
I don't fucking know.
A dream
Dreams?
came upon me as my daughter slumbered beneath my heart. It told of her life, and of her betrayal and death. I am sorrow and regret. I am a mother weeping bitter tears for a daughter she could not save.
Okay.
I'd neither a guest nor a trespasser be. In this place I belong, that belongs also to me. Of what do I speak? That is not of what I speak.
Like I said, it's a crapshoot whether I get these things right. I am terrible at riddles. Or at least these companies.
Yeah, that's right. What did I tell you?
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. The debt of blood must be paid in full. Of what do I speak?
Revenge?
Yes, my husband Hysarion would have chosen a quick death for Andraste. I made him swear that she would die publicly with her war leaders, that all would know the Empyrean's strength. I am justice. I am vengeance. Blood can only be repaid in blood.
Not necessarily true.
The bones of the world stretched towards the sky's embrace, veiled in white, like a bride greeting her groom.
Mountains.
Of what do I speak? Yes. I carried Andraste's ashes out of Tevinter into the mountains to the east, where she could gaze ever into her Maker's sky. No more fitting a tomb than this could we find.
A poison of the soul, passion's cruel
Jealousy.
counterpart. From love she grows, till love lies slain. Of what do I speak? Yes, jealousy drove me to betrayal. I was the greatest general of the Alamari, but beside her I was nothing. Hundreds fell before her on bended knee. They loved her, as did the Maker. I loved her too. But what man can compare with a god?
No man has seen it, but all men know it. Lighter than air, sharper than any sword. Comes from nothing, but will fell the strongest armies. Of what do I speak?
Hunger.
Yes, hunger was the weapon used against the wicked men of the Tevinter Imperium. The Maker kindled the sun's flame, scorching the land. Their crops failed, and their armies could not march. Then he opened the heavens and bade the waters flow, and washed away their filth. I am Cather, disciple of Andraste and commander of her armies. I saw these things done, and knew the Makers smiled on us.
Seems your Maker was very
She
proactive.
wields the broken sword and separates true kings from tyrants. Of what do I speak?
Tyrants.
Yes.
Mercy.
I could not bear the sight of Andraste's suffering, and mercy bade me end her life. I am the penitent sinner, who shows compassion as he hopes compassion will be shown to him.
Nice to see you, too. Life out there's been good to you, hasn't it? You're respected even among humans. Do you remember us? Where you came from? And what some of us still face every day? You don't even feel much anymore when you remember it, do you? You've moved on, past the horror of that night. I envy you. You've gone on to other things, things I can only dream of. You have a great task to complete. I want you to take this. I think you should have it. Seeing you now gives me hope. For all of us.
What'd I get? Reflection. Constitution and healing effects. What the hell's Deadhead Charge? Hold on. Hey, Alistair. 10th. Yeah, nope. Physical resistance. There you go. I remember this room.
Really not alone.
Kill Alistair first. He's a dangerous one.
I never liked this part.
Very well.
Ow. Alistair, how are you dying? What is going on with you, friend? I want shattering shot. Oh my god, no.
Let's have at it!
Done.
Shield bash. Bam. Oh fuck. Win.
Let's have at it!
I can't heal both of them, can I? Okay,
Immediately.
Alistair, come back.
Take that!
Oh my god. Run! Run, win! Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. How far away is that gonna put me? Not far. Okay, hold on.
I am here.
Right, okay, that was a waste. Let's bring out the all-powerful spider. That can web people. Alright, let's go. Okay, now captivating song.
Done. Very well.
Win first. Must kill her. Oh, Jiminy Cricket. Can't see.
I am ready. I shall do it. No quarter shall be given.
Okay. Nope, wrong button. Fuck.
Go down.
I shall do so.
As you say. It is begun.
Okay. That was rough.
Try that again.
Man, intricates. Oh, fuck.
I'm terrible at puzzles.
What now?
That's it. Why don't we just get one person and go from there? Here.
There is much to do.
Yes.
Andraste only favored the clear. It's a little more than a dusty stone slab. You might get an inscription carved into its face. Cast off the trappings of worldly life and cloak yourself in the goodness of spirit, king, and slave. Lord and beggar, be born anew in the Maker's sight. Okay.
You have been through the trials of the Gauntlet. You have walked the path of Andraste, and like her, you have been cleansed. You have proven yourself worthy, pilgrim. Approach the sacred ashes.
Dreamed I would ever lay my eyes on the urn of sacred ashes. I have no words to express.
I didn't think anyone could succeed in finding Andraste's final resting place. But here she is.
I could not have asked for greater honor than to be here. I will never forget this feeling.
Oh. Well, what junk can I... Okay, of course we can get rid of some of this. Hey Liliana. Take
Dear
that.
of you. Thank you so much. Why, thank you so much. Why, thank you so much.
There you go.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
Right. Where's Wynn?
Most kind. Most kind. Most kind. Most kind.
Okay, fine. Alistair, do we have anything I can give you?
Oh, thank you. That's very nice.
There. Alright, I guess we'll take a pinch. Alright, let's go home. There's the dragon. Fucking asshole that it was. I don't think I can just head to camp here, can I? No. Okay, so let's go down here, because I feel like this is the way to go for a short way out. If I remember correctly, this is. I've killed 992 things. going to be well over 2,000 by the time we're done. Before we go to Orzammar, however, which is our last area, we're going to be giving these ashes to Eamon to wake him up. Then we're going to go to Denerim and do a few extra little quests. That will give me good armor, good weapons, and not an insignificant amount of coin. Hello, Archdemon. Rawr. Yes, I see you. Rawr. I can do that too. You're not the only dragon I've fucking killed today.
You're awake. Did you feel it too? It was like the archdemon saw us. Saw us. What does that mean? I think... Wait. Did you hear that?
I don't know. Did I hear this?
Very well.
But just a shriek from... Bang. Come on, attack. See, all done.
I guess it's like Duncan once said. We can sense them, and they can sense us. We'd best be more careful from now on. This camp isn't safe any longer.
Oh, Alistair will be fine.
Fortification should be built around the camp.
How unnerving.
It will be more difficult to sleep here now.
What? No ambush? Some assassins.
Right, Zevran.
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Now, there are some things I could do here. Now that I have all these gifts and stuffs. Where is Zevran?
That smell. This is uneven leather, isn't it? I would know that anywhere. I don't know how you knew I was missing my homeland, but this does the trick nicely. Thank you. Now, if only you could find me a prostitute or two, a bowl of fish chowder, and a corrupt politician, I'd really feel like I was home. And the feet as well. Marvelous.
Yay! Zevran approves. And I leveled up. Ooh. What do I want to put a point to? Assassin? Duelist? I'm not really in for a bard. Let's do... Let's do assassin. Now then, cunning. There. And more dexterity. Well, no, hold on. An even amount of strength, there we go. Give me those. Improved survival, yes. Arrow of Slaying. Yay! Okay, now then. Liliana. Do I have anything at all I can give you? I don't think I do. I think I gave you all of it. Dalish gloves? Hey, Zevran.
Gloves? You're giving me gloves? What for? I did not mean to sound ungrateful. It is just... Wait, these are Dalish, are they not? My mother was Dalish, and had a pair very similar to these. The leather was less thick, and it had more embroidery, but these are very close, and quite handsome. Still, I appreciate the fact that you even thought of me. No one has simply given me a gift before. Thank you.
You're welcome, Zevran. You're kind of an idiot, but I like you. I actually do like you. I need to make you like me more, though. Sten! What can I even give you? You don't like anything.
Unexpected.
Eh?
Thank you. Unexpected. Thank you.
Okay.
You have my thanks.
Eh. There you go, doggo. Give you a bone. Where's Morgan? There you are. Gold demon pendant.
Grateful. 'Tis thoughtful indeed.
Onyx demon.
Interesting.
Where's the grimoire?
What? You found Flemeth's grimoire? Ever since we discovered the condition of the Mage's Tower, I had wondered if it might be recoverable, but I had yet to speak of it to you. How fortunate that you found it on your own. You have my thanks. I will begin study of the tome immediately. I do not intend to squander this opportunity to learn more than Flemeth wished me to know. This should be interesting.
Nice. Okay, so who all still doesn't like me that much? Stan, I give up on you. Devon's okay, Morgan's okay, Shale.
Very nice indeed.
Found out who likes the stones.
Very nice indeed.
Okay, there you go. Right, this is definitely for the Nope.
Most kind.
Win? Nope.
Most kind.
Okay,
Most
there you go.
Most kind.
If you're wondering why I'm keeping the drinks, trust me, you'll know in a minute. Okay, so I guess we should talk to people now. I've kind of been putting that off.
Yes?
Let's start with Morgan.
So, full of questions, are you? Yes? We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Oh. Can't talk to her. Okay, fine, whatever.
I enjoy the nights at camp. The night always seems more peaceful to me, safer.
She says after we just got attacked.
I feel the night grants us a reprieve from the troubles of the day. Silly, isn't it? The Darkspawn never sleep, and they lurk in the shadows. I enjoy those nights when we stand guard together, talking to pass the time in those small hours. Well, I talk and you listen mostly. Sometimes
I can't speak.
I succumb and fall asleep and wake to find you still watchful. and I know you're watching out for me.
I mean, that's what friends do.
What I'm trying to say is that I trust you. I'm comfortable around you. I know you'll be there when I need you. You are our leader and my friend, and sometimes I think that maybe we could be more than that. Maker, look at me stumbling over my words like an ill-educated peasant girl. Some bard I am. I'm not embarrassed. I'm just flushed because of the heat.
I like you, but we should stay friends. I'm kind of already with more.
Friends? Right, friends. I see. Well, I mean, I can't imagine why we wouldn't stay friends. Yes,
Duty comes first.
I understand. Completely. It's you and not me. I should go.
Any other time, Liliana, you'd be my romance interest, but not for this playthrough.
It's been a long day. Rest would be welcome. Yes,
you alright?
Yes, of course. I am just a little weary. As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken.
There's still some life in those old bones.
You're very kind to say so. But in all honesty, I do not know how many years I have left in me. I have lived for such a long time, but there is always something else to do. And I have to keep going in order to do it. I think I will be glad when I am done.
I'm sure it'll be kicking around for years.
I don't know. I really don't. Have you encountered many abominations, apart from the ones in the Circle Tower?
Well, there was Connor.
Yes, Connor, of course. The first time I saw an abomination, my blood turned to ice. It was months before the nightmares stopped. It was the knowledge that I could easily become one of them that frightened me the most.
Seeing the monster that you could be is unsettling, yes. But is this knowledge that drives us to be cautious?
All it takes is one slip, and everything you are is simply gone. Replaced by madness. And there is no turning back. Or at least that's what they say.
You have
Of
doubts?
late, I have begun to wonder if there is any way an abomination can be cured. Or if a mage could be so possessed and still retain their sanity, their humanity.
If one retains one's humanity, you're not an abomination.
It is madness and cruelty that define abominations. If those are lacking, if the mage remembers the person they truly are, then they are not an abomination. I never saw that. Thank you for showing me another way of looking at it.
You're welcome,
So,
Wynn.
tell me, how did you become a Grey Warden?
Let's talk up Duncan.
I see. Do you mind if I ask what you did?
I mean, you probably wouldn't want to know. I killed the Earl's son for hurting my friends and family.
Sorry, I should not have brought it up. Must be an unhappy memory.
Bastard deserved it. I'd kill him all over again if I could.
You say that with such cold satisfaction that it frightens me. But I can see no fault in your actions. I would have done the same. It sickens and saddens me to hear what men in power inflict on those who they ought to serve and protect. I have heard stories that some Templars who hunt Maleficarum do not end the hunt with a clean death, that they subject the victim to countless abuses and indignities before they finish it. But this is just a rumor. Regardless of what happened in your past, I am glad you found a place with the Wardens, as I'm sure you are too.
Well, when, Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Yeah, you know what? Let's talk about Duncan more.
Sometimes it gives me comfort to think that everything will end up the way it's supposed to. That it will be all right. You were chosen. You survived the joining when others did not. Perhaps it was meant to be. I must ask, what does being a Grey Warden mean to you?
To do something
That,
important.
of course. But there's more to being a Grey Warden than killing Darkspawn and saving the world from the Blight. Ultimately, being a Grey Warden is about serving others. About serving all people, whether elves or dwarves or men.
I mean, say I serve as a
As
protector.
a Grey Warden, you are a guardian of men. And you guard them because their continued existence is more important than you are. Thus it is you who serves, not they.
I suppose that
A
makes
good
sense.
king, a true king who cares for his land, uses his power to rule firmly but fairly. He serves his people first and foremost. The king who does not do this, who believes that he is entitled to his power, who abuses it and uses it for his own means, is a tyrant.
Like Logain.
If you live apart from others, and your actions affect only you, then you may do as you wish. But if you have power, influence, and strength, your every action will be as a drop of water in a clear, still pond. The drop causes ripples, and ripples spread. Think of how far they will go, how wide they will become, how will they affect the pond. But I've lectured enough for today. I should stop before I wear out my welcome.
Oh, Win, you're
Taken
fine.
with each other, aren't you? I've noticed your blossoming relationship, and I wanted to ask you where you thought it was going. Leliana is a remarkable girl, sincere and guileless, and she has opened her heart to you. I would not like to see her hurt. Not intentionally, no. But there is great potential for tragedy here, for one or both of you. You are a Grey Warden. You have responsibilities which supersede your personal desires. Love is ultimately selfish. It demands that one be devoted to a single person who may fully occupy one's mind and heart to the exclusion of all else. A Grey Warden cannot afford to be selfish. You may be forced to make a choice between saving your love and saving everyone else. And then what would you do? Nothing is certain. Not in these times. You cannot take anything for granted. I want you to be aware of this. I am just trying to minimize the suffering that may come to either of you.
Me and Liliana don't have a thing. We just shot that out.
What's on your mind? Oh, yes, and thank you for asking. I'm feeling much better today. Well, thank you for your kindness, my dear. It certainly warms these rickety old bones. What's on your mind? I will answer to the best of my ability.
Oh, God.
The Circle is in good hands. Irving knows what to do, and he doesn't need me underfoot. For now, I will support those that battle the Darkspawn. I do feel I left things unfinished in Ostagar. There is so much left to do, and I would be part of it. The Grey Wardens, all 2 of you, need all the help you can get. I will see this through to the bitter end, and after that, if I am still left standing, then I will return to the Circle.
All 2 of you. Yeah.
No, of course I don't. I'm old and unsure of what I'm doing. Actually, I'd rather be in a warm chair in the sun, being served pudding, or some other easily digestible food. I know. I was just teasing. The ability to laugh at myself is something I developed too late in life. But to allay your fears, yes, I am sure this is what I want. What's on your mind? I will answer to the best of my ability. People don't become mages. They are born mages. The talent just surfaces later. But you are asking how I ended up at the Circle. I was brought there by the Templars, just like many of the other apprentices. I don't remember very much. I was very young then.
What about your family?
I didn't have a family. I never knew my real parents. My earliest memory was of hiding in a hayloft on a farm, trying to keep warm. I was found, and the farmer's wife was kind enough not to send me away. But they had children of their own, and I was never made to feel welcome. The eldest son was the worst. He was always calling me a stray, and throwing anything he could get his hands on at me. And I don't know how it happened, but one day, he just found his hair on fire. Fortunately, there was a large trough nearby.
Serves him right.
Screaming, dripping head and all, to his mother. I was shut up in the barn with a bowl of water and a crust of hard bread. The Templars arrived several mornings later. The barn kept me safe from the village children and the stones they would hurl at me. I was afraid, yes, but it could have been much worse. I'll never forget the moment the Templars led me into the entrance hall of the tower. I had never seen anything so grand in my life. I stopped being afraid then. I knew I was home. Well, that's about all there is to my tale. That's how I came to the Circle. I would be lying if I said it was easy. First, there were rules, and we were constantly watched to make sure we behaved appropriately. Then there was the study of magic. We had to cast the spells just so, control the effects completely. A single word spoken incorrectly, a gesture out of sync, and lack of focus. And we needed to have perfect focus, or we would be in danger.
At least you learned the dangers of magic from the Circle.
Without the Circle and my mentors, I would not have been where I am today. And there was joy in life at the Circle. The joys of fellowship, in knowing that you were not alone in your struggles. Perhaps it was like your life in the alienage. The people outside may have shunned you, but you didn't care because you were surrounded by your kind, your family. We are not so different, you and I.
There's nothing else I want to discuss right now.
What's
Which is
on
wrong,
your mind?
because we have more to talk about with her.
I will answer to the best of my ability. What's on your mind?
About the Grey Wardens.
Is something troubling you? No one said it would be easy. You are one of the 2 surviving Grey Wardens in Ferelden. You defend all of us, and much rests on your shoulders. It may not mean much to you, but thank you for having the courage to continue to fight.
I don't give up
That
easily.
gives me hope. Have you heard much about the Grey Wardens of old?
Only what I've heard in the old
It was
tales.
said that watching the Wardens ride in on their white griffins was enough to rouse a weary heart and put the dance back in the step of an old man. The Grey Wardens were powerful, feared and respected, but they also inspired the common people. I remember a tale that was told to me many years ago. The Blight had ravaged the land for months, and the armies of the great kings had amassed for one last stand. As the sun burst through the clouds that boiled and churned in the dark sky above, it illuminated a vast, seething horde of darkspawn, with the archdemon at its head. And it was then, when courage seemed to fail, and all lost to death and despair, that the Grey Wardens came. They arrived with the beating of wings like mighty war drums and stood before the armies of men. The Grey Wardens, grim and fearless, marched forth, ever between the men and the encroaching Darkspawn. They formed a shield of their own bodies and held that line until the Archdemon was dead, and the last Darkspawn lay trampled in the dirt. And then, demanding neither reward nor recognition for their sacrifice, the Grey Wardens departed. When the clouds finally rolled back, and the sun shone full upon the blighted ground, the great kings knew that they had lost no men, and none of their blood had been spilled. You are observant. This is a tale about no battle the Grey Wardens have fought, and yet about them. They have always defended us from the Darkspawn, taking losses so we do not have to. People may have centuries, but nothing has changed. This knowledge has been blessing and a burden to Grey Wardens past, and now it shall be your blessing and your burden.
Thanks, Win.
What's on your mind? No, you won't. I don't think so either. You would not have been happy living a dull, uneventful life, dying in obscurity. You wonder sometimes, don't you? If your life would be better if you weren't who you are. When I was a young woman in the tower, I came to the realization that the circle would be my life, and I would know no other. Family, love, a simple life. These were things that others took for granted, that I would never have. It made me very moody. All I could think of was being trapped in that tower, with no way out and no end in sight. I started
And yet here you
hating my
are.
life and myself. And one night, I found myself in the tower's chapel. I was seeking refuge, maybe answers.
Did you find
I
anything?
must have looked tearful or made some noise, because the revered mother came out and decided to speak to me. And because I had no one else to talk to, I talked to her. I must have said many silly things. But she told me that the Maker puts us all on our paths for a reason, and fighting our intended course is what causes so much anguish.
Only the weak accept their fates.
I thought the old biddy was full of rubbish. I was 15, maybe 16, and I knew everything. So I left, but I always found my way back to that chapel. And as the years passed, I began to see the truth of her words. We were supposed to be polar opposites, mage and priest. But we weren't. There was much about us that was the same. The revered mother had lived in the chantry all her life, as I had been in the tower for all of mine. She taught me that you can find your family in the people around you, that you can love your work and find fulfillment in duty. And there is joy, even in self-sacrifice. If you put others before yourself, then their well-being is yours, and their happiness is your happiness.
Would you hate, that doesn't sound healthy.
It isn't healthy to throw yourself at a pack of Darkspawn either in order to save the world. So I'd say you're in no position to judge. You can scream
Okay,
and
that's
cry
fair.
and be angry about life as a Grey Warden. Or you can accept it and allow yourself to see the good in it. This is your choice. What's
Fair
on
enough.
your mind? It is no...
Okay. We're done talking. Thank God, because that was a really long-winded conversation. Oh God, I've still got to talk to Zevran and everyone else. Yeah, okay, let's just keep going around the circle.
I've a question, if I may.
Sure.
Well, here's the thing. I swore an oath to serve you, yes? And I understand the quest you're on, and this is all very fine and well. My question pertains to what you intend to do with me once this business is over with, as a point of curiosity. Could I? And what if I didn't wish to leave? Indeed. I might even be glad to call myself such, come to think of it. It is good to know what my options might be, but that is for another time. For now, we have much to do, yes?
Yes, we do.
What say you?
Unfortunately.
Not everyone, but a handsome man like yourself. Why not? I am sure you are a man who draws many stares from women and other men alike. Does this bother you?
Not really.
I prefer I desisted, perhaps. It would be difficult traveling as we do in close proximity, but I am nothing if not a gentleman.
A gentleman, that's too bad.
Now this is intriguing. I shall have to redouble my efforts immediately. There was a young elven dancer in Antiva City once, and I believe I actually managed to stare off all 7 of her skirts. It's a trick worth retrying. Now that is out of the way, perhaps we should move on. With you in front, of course.
Of course.
Right. But I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
Zevran, I like you.
Well, the crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training. The sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is the desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field. I don't know about that. It's simply a slightly different skill set from your average killer, as I see it. An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler.
That sounds like it could be useful.
Getting paid for the act is beside the point. An assassin is more a tactical choice than a lifestyle. Of course, the crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we?
Yes.
I suppose the crows are already furious, yes? What harm is another tweak to their nose? If you wish to be trained in the basics of an assassin, I can certainly show you. All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
Why did you want to leave the crows?
I imagine that's a very fair question. Being an assassin, after all, is a living, at least as far as such things go. I was simply never given the opportunity to choose another way. So, if that choice presents itself, why should I not seize upon it?
What would you rather do?
Now that you mention it, I am not entirely certain. I was but a boy of 7 when I was purchased. For 3 sovereigns, I'm told. Which is a good price, considering I was all ribs and bone and didn't know the pommel of a dagger from the pointy end. The crows buy all their assassins that way. Buy them young, raise them to know nothing else but murder. And if you do poorly in your training, you die.
That sounds awful.
I don't know about that. The crows who are actually good enough to survive come to enjoy some of the benefits. In Antiva, being a crow gets you respect, gets you wealth, gets you women, and men, or whatever it is you might fancy. But that does not mean doing what is expected of you always. And it means being expendable. It's a cage, if a gilded cage. Pretty, but confining.
I think I
As
understand.
for what I'll do in the future, presuming that there is one, I truly can't imagine. It might be interesting to go into business for myself, for a change. Far away from Antiva, of course. For now, naturally, I go where you go.
Won't the crows eventually find you? You know what? I'm just happy
Here
to have
I
you
am,
along.
happy to be had. Isn't it wonderful how things work out that way? Come now, enough chit-chat. Talking about the crows summons them, you know. Any Antivan fishwife could tell you so.
Sweet.
All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
Do you
Why
enjoy
not?
being an assassin?
There are many things to enjoy about being a crow in Antiva. You are respected, you are feared. The authorities go out of their way to overlook your trespasses. Even the rewards are nothing to turn your nose up at. As for the killing part, well, some people simply need assassinating. Or do you disagree?
You're probably
I
right.
often find myself the instrument of fate, ending these lives for one necessity or another. I console myself with the notion that most of them had it coming. As far as enjoying the act of killing itself, why not? There is a certain artistry to the deed, the pleasure of sinking your blade into their flesh and knowing that their life is in your hands. There are many things I did not enjoy about being a crow, of course. Having no choice, being treated as an expendable commodity, the rules, oh, so many rules. But simply being an assassin, I like it just fine. I will continue to do it if I can, even if I am not a crow. Honestly, could you picture me doing something else?
Why not? You can do whatever you
Whereas
like.
I am content merely doing what I happen to be good at. It's a talent that not many come by, honestly. I don't see why I need not pursue it. Of course, all these thoughts are moot. Chances are still good that you and I will perish, eaten by darkspawn or slain by the crows at some point. Very gruesomely, I imagine. But it is pleasant enough to chat about. Come, let's move on while our boots still have some wear in them. What is your desire? All right, but I get to stare at you.
Oh my god. Okay. Unfortunately, I've got to get ready for work. So I will see you all next time. Right now, next time we will finish, you know, talking to everyone and finish all the quests that I wanted to do. But yeah, for now, time to head off.